Social engineering is going on all around us, in some of the places you might not be aware of. Hey everybody, I'm Bill, the Hill Country Prepper, and I want you to be informed so that you can be prepared. When you hear people talk about social engineering, most people first think of things that are going on with the government and the mainstream media. For example, China is heavily engaged in social engineering of their citizens, particularly through their social credit program, where essentially they award people who behave and act the way they want to. We see the same thing with mainstream media. They're putting out information and they're looking for an appropriate response from the people that are viewing the media. Now, social engineering involves getting a group of people or a person to behave in a particular way or to do something in particular. Some examples that you might not be aware of in social engineering happen around you every day. In fact, I'll go so far as to say every social interaction that you have involves social engineering. Now, what you need to ask yourself, am I the engineer or am I the project? Okay? For example, you may have seen this. You're out at a nightclub and a group of pretty girls come in. They're social engineers. What they're doing is trying to get free drinks. They're setting up their credibility by coming in dressed nice, showing some thigh, maybe some cleavage. They're setting their credibility. They're looking for the gentleman wearing the expensive cologne and maybe has a nice Rolex on his wrist. That's the project. Okay? Now the project, the gentleman in this case, they might think that they're the engineer because they're going to get something from these pretty ladies. But what these ladies are doing is they're working them over, and they're working them over very well. I've seen this numerous times. Another example where I've seen this back in the 80s and 90s on Bourbon Street in New Orleans, the street hawkers. They're engineering the crowd to get them to come into the shop and buy whatever junk they're selling. And a lot of people fall for it. Okay? Another example, and you really need to watch out for this. If you pull up to a store and there's somebody standing out front with a clipboard and they want you to take a survey, and they'll set their credibility where they're some charitable organization or some other philanthropic group, and they're taking a survey, and they want your name and your phone number and your opinion on something. Well, they're going to take this information, and it might seem innocuous. Okay, what's the harm? Yeah, sure, here you go. Well, what they can do, they can note what vehicle you drive up in after you go in the store, and they'll go around and they'll look on the back of your car, and they'll see what kind of bumper stickers you have. You know, where does your kid go to school? What are their after-school activities? Are you a dog lover? For example, do you back the blue? Are you pro-life, pro-choice, whatever? Then they can take this information because they've got your name, they've got your phone number, they've got these little nuggets of information, and they can call you up with a nefarious purpose and claim to be somebody that they're not, and they'll grab you because they might say, hey, this is Cindy's coach down at the ballet academy, and we're doing a fundraiser, blah, blah, blah. Well, they've got you, okay? You've given up your information. They know more about you than you want them to know. Main thing here is don't give up your information. Don't ever give up your information. Now you've heard never give up your passwords to anything, to anybody, for any reason. I want to echo that. That is really, really important. You don't want to give up your number. You don't want to give up your cell phone number. You don't want to give up your social security number, and God forbid you sure don't want to give up your bank account numbers. Hey guys, if you're getting value out of this video, why don't you press down on that thumbs up and give me a like. And if you're not a subscriber yet, why not? Subscribe right now. And if you press down on that notification bell, you'll get notified each and every time I upload some new content. So do that right now. Social engineering is all around us. I want you guys to be informed so that you can be prepared. Don't fall for these scams. They're everywhere. You've received these phone calls. I know I get them all the time, where it'll be somebody claiming to be from Microsoft and they want to know if I'm at my computer and can I click on the start button and go to the control panel. No, don't do that. Don't do that. I don't do that, and I don't want you to do that. Guys, social engineering is around us. Be aware of it. Be safe, everybody. Leave me a comment down below and give me an example of where you've seen somebody try to gather some information from you and you know better. I know you know better. Guys, just my thoughts. The Hill Country Prepper. Thanks.